The Secret of the Pumpkin Ghost. Riku loved Halloween night. Especially in his town, there was a strange rumor that every year, the pumpkin fields would glow eerily, and the legend of the pumpkin ghost had been passed down for generations. This year, once again, the night had come. Riku was excited to spend the evening playing in the pumpkin field with his friends. As night fell, Riku and his friends gathered in the pumpkin field. A large full moon floated in the sky, and a chilly wind blew through the air. While his friends were joking around with the pumpkins, Riku noticed one pumpkin faintly glowing. He felt something special was happening and decided to approach it. The moment Riku touched the pumpkin, he quickly pulled his hand back in surprise. A small light began to pour out of the pumpkin and slowly took shape. It turned into a small pumpkin ghost named Pom. Pom appeared only to Riku and asked for his help. "I want you to come to the secret world that only appears on Halloween night," Pom said. Guided by Pom, Riku watched as the pumpkin field transformed into a spooky forest. The other pumpkins began to move one by one, surrounding Riku. Pom explained that his fellow pumpkins were destined to transform into terrifying monsters under the power of the Moon of Truth. If Riku didn't act, they would lose their original forms forever. Riku, though surprised, decided to trust Pom and help him. Pom told him that to save the pumpkin ghosts, they needed the legendary Moon Key hidden deep within the forest. With courage in his heart, Riku decided to search for the key and venture further into the mysterious world. As Riku and Pom traveled deeper into the forest, they encountered strange phenomena: shadows dancing in the moonlight, and butterflies glowing in the air. But no matter how hard they searched, they couldn't find the Moon Key. Time was running out, and Pom began to worry, knowing the transformation was imminent. Finally, Riku found a small key hidden beneath an ancient tree. It was the Moon Key. He rushed back to Pom just in time to use the key and perform a magical seal before the moon's light could fully transform the pumpkins. The pumpkin ghosts returned to their original forms, and peace was restored. Pom smiled at Riku, full of gratitude. With the adventure in the strange pumpkin world now over, Riku prepared to return to his world. However, Pom seemed to be hiding something. When Riku asked, Pom sighed and confessed, "There's one more trial left." Pom explained that there was one more seal to be made before the dawn of Halloween. If they didn't make it in time, the pumpkin ghosts would remain monsters forever. Once again, Riku made up his mind and set out on another adventure with Pom. As Riku and Pom walked under the moonlit path, the way ahead grew darker, and a thick fog surrounded them. They became lost in the mist, and some of the pumpkins began to move again, attacking them. The transformed monsters roared at Riku, and Pom trembled in fear. Staying calm, Riku gripped the key he had found in the forest. Drawing courage from within, he used the key to stop the monsters from moving. However, the final place to perform the seal was still nowhere to be found. At last, beyond the mist, an ancient altar appeared. Pom told Riku that this was the place for the final seal. Riku rushed to the altar and used the key to perform the ritual. The moonlight shone down on the altar, and the pumpkin ghosts once again returned to their peaceful forms. With the seal successfully completed, Riku and Pom ended their final adventure. However, something still weighed on Riku's mind. Pom seemed to have more to say as well. Riku asked, "Is it really over?" Pom admitted that there was one last secret before the night fully ended. The pumpkin ghosts needed a special kind of moonlight to completely return to their original forms. Riku resolved to use the last of his strength to finish the task. Riku and Pom ventured further into the forest in search of the final moonlight. Before the moon could set, Riku found a small pond glowing with the moon's reflection. As he reached for the light, the pumpkin monsters attacked once again. Summoning all his courage, Riku dove into the pond and grasped the moonlight. The monsters vanished, and Pom smiled brightly. "Now, we've truly saved everyone," Pom said, full of gratitude. As Halloween dawn approached, Riku prepared to return to his world. Pom thanked Riku for saving everyone, and Riku waved goodbye with a smile, hoping they would meet again someday. He returned to his world, filled with a sense of accomplishment. Riku safely returned to the real world. The pumpkin field was back to normal, and the full moon was slowly sinking. Riku wondered if his adventure had been a dream or reality, feeling a bit sad about saying goodbye to Pom. On his way home, Riku noticed something on the ground. It was a small wooden figurine shaped like a pumpkin ghost. It must have been a token left by Pom. Riku picked it up, smiling as he carefully tucked it into his pocket. Back home, Riku lay in bed, thinking about his Halloween night adventure. It was hard to believe that it had really happened, but the little pumpkin ghost figurine in his pocket was proof. With a satisfied heart, Riku drifted off to sleep. As the sun rose, Riku woke up. Halloween night was over, and normal life had returned. However, the magical adventure was deeply engraved in his heart. Riku felt a sense of excitement, wondering if he might meet Pom again someday. Years later, Riku continued to visit the pumpkin field every Halloween, hoping to see Pom again. Though the mysterious night never returned, the pumpkin ghost figurine remained his treasure. As he grew up, Riku kept the secret of the magical world hidden in his heart. The end.